All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakodash. Double honors to apostles and editors of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the brothers that's doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom. Okay, this lesson is going to be centered around the fact of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua creating medicines out of the earth, and I'm going to get that precept actually later. But the point being, the Lord created these medicines that are out of the earth. And one medicine that I wanted to point to was tobacco. In America and all around the world, tobacco is looked at as a terrible, horrible plant that kills and does all those things, but it is, but it's not that. It's not meant to do those things. Tobacco is not meant to be smoked, just like marijuana is not meant to be smoked, because that's just the devil, Esau Edom, corrupting things that the Lord made perfect. He made something incorruptible, and these devils corrupted it, man. Took it something and made it what it wasn't supposed to be. As you can see, he turned everything upside down. It's a good way to put it. So this is one of the many things that this devil has turned upside down. Okay, and I'm gonna just read a little bit. It says healing with tobacco, repay tribal snuff. Because and to give a quick testimony, when I was younger, my mom had I got stung by a wasp, two of them actually, and my mom had put some snuff on it, and it healed it up pretty good, pretty decent, you know. And that just shows you, man, that how this devil has turned everything upside down, you know. Okay, the Lord created it to be something that was a healing plant, and this devil, he corrupted that shit, man. He corrupted it, just like he corrupted marijuana and everything else, man. Okay, it says tobacco is a very misunderstood plant in our culture. Right, that's the truth. Many people associated it with addiction and death, which that's what Satan does. He sprays these chemicals on it. He puts all kinds of chemicals in it that makes you addicted to it, and so that you gotta have a cigarette so they can get more money, man. Which that's Satan doing what he do. Making a profit off of something that the Lord made, righteous, and created it right, you know. So continuing on, it says, and considering it to is one of the top killers in some countries. This is understandable, but for thousands of years, which we know, the earth has been around for a couple thousand years, but it says tribal societies have worked with tobacco as medicine and have considered it to be one of the earth's greatest healing plants. See, as you can see, the people in this world, they demonize tobacco, which they don't even know the true use of tobacco, man. It's supposed to be a medicine. Okay, it says, while there was some danger associated with it, in most cases, tobacco was revered as powerful medicine. There were and are tobacco shamans who would ingest huge amounts of the plant on a regular basis without getting sick. And using tobacco, these healers could cure illnesses and many different kinds. It says there are no doubt many different reasons for their divergent perspectives on tobacco, but my understanding is that the main defining factors are intention and respect. Tobacco is considered an amplifier of intention, prayers, and thoughts. So as you can see, it says it amplifies your intention, your prayers, and your thoughts. As you can see, it says, so when you ask the plant for medicine and protection, which we know that all comes from the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, but the Lord created this medicine for this plant for medicine, that it would get that is what gets amplified if you're smoking angrily and habitually to retrieve frustration and despair. That amplifies something else. This being said, I want to suggest that anyone who feels called to work with tobacco be mindful of how they use it. It is a very powerful plant capable of great wonders and miracles as well as great destruction. Now, one of the key things about uh, tobacco is snuff. I'm gonna read this paragraph. It says about rapé, and it's not rape, it's rapé. There are many ways to work with tobacco, but I want to focus on one tobacco tradition that is very close to my heart. A rapé is the name of a dried and powdered tobacco snuff that comes from the Amazon, which where it is where it is used as a powerful and beautiful healing medicine. It is pronounced rapé in Spanish or more commonly rapé in Portuguese. The snuff is found in both Spanish and Portuguese speaking countries, but it's most popular in Brazil. And as we know, our people are down there in Brazil. It also has many other names in other indigenous tongues from the Amazon region. I prefer the spelling rapé with an extra P because some people misread the word rape and confuse it with something else. Traditionally, it is spelled with only one P. It says rapé is a dried and powdered snuff which usually blown into the nose through a blowpipe. You can use a special blowpipe for serving yourself called kirip, kirip, and it says, but most often a larger blowpipe called tipi is used to serve a partner. The main ingredients of snuff are usually tobacco and tree ash, but oftentimes other seeds, leaves, and plants may be added for traditional properties or even from just for aroma. Sometimes repair can be made without the tobacco and tree ash, but it is uncommon. Generally, the first ingredient is always the cured jungle tobacco mapaco. The species of tobacco is different that come in tobacco in cigarettes. It is often 8 to 12 times stronger, and it processes with extra activities, and with lots of prayer and intention. Ashes from scarce trees are also added to the snuff as a alkalizer which balances the tobacco. And then in personal recipes, people may add whatever plants they want to get specific desired effects. Seeds like yopo or walaka may be added to increase the visionary properties of snuff, or flowers might be added in soil, a more feminine and nurturing energy. The snuff is made during a lengthy and intensive ritual process, invoke the maker's medicine and the spirits of the plants used. So, as you can see, snuff has many, and it's a lot more here, and it's more articles up here about tobacco or snuff. As you can see, it says why people are drinking tobacco in the Amazon. Because that's really the correct way to. It says, can tobacco heal wounds? Because tobacco can heal wounds. I'm a living testimony of it, but this is Sirach 38 and 4. It says, the Lord had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. The word abhor means avoid. So if you wise, you're not gonna avoid these medicines that the Lord created out of the earth, because the Lord created them for a reason, and a physician would know how to use these medicines that are in the earth now, so this was just a quick lesson about a medicine called tobacco, which, everybody know the nicotine. It's that bullshit they add to it, man. You're not supposed to be smoking this. It's clearly a plant. But actually, I got one more precept in the book of Genesis 1, chapter 1. Chapter 1, I believe it's every green. Salakia, bear with me. Okay, Genesis 1 and 20.